Hello and welcome to Smiling Souls. This is Stephanie Keenan Ray and Wendy T.
Hey everybody.
How are you today? What's going on?
Oh my gosh, it's been a week of doctor appointments for me, for mom. It's been a week. I'm glad it's Friday. And how about you?
I am doing okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Gabriel ate slowly today so that he would get a ride to school because he had to bring his saxophone to school and he's a big lazy boy, and he's like, it's so heavy.
That
And
kid is brilliant. He's just brilliant.
I was like, all right, kid, I see through you.
I love it. Well, I forgot where we landed on this. Do we want to talk about the big surprise?
Yeah.
We want to,
Big
okay.
news.
You want to,
Oh, it's you did. I mean, I did.
We both did a hell of a lot of work on this thing. So let's just, celebrate both of our efforts and Anahita's, honestly.
And Anahita's. Yes, we have to thank Anahita for her amazing work of helping us. And thus she is one of our sponsors because she's amazing, because she helped us build an incredible website.
Our website is live. This is the big celebration. So smilingsoulspodcast.com. Is that it?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, there's so many email addresses and things. I'm like, I think this is it. So smilingsoulspodcast.com.
Yes, it is ours.
It is ours. And we have some fun stuff on that website. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, you can sign up for the newsletter. You can also sign up and get get access to the Menopause Summit from back in June, which is super awesome. Tons of information. Our women that spoke were incredible.
Yep.
So, it's literally just put your little email in and you'll get a pop-up with the website address to go to actually watch the Menopause Summit. So we would love for you to check that out and then be able to dive deeper if you need to. All of the women that spoke have been guests, so you can even go back to their episodes if you're like, oh my gosh, I love Cami Shaw, I need more. Because we all need more Cami Shaw in our life.
My gosh, all the women.
Or Heather or
Tamira.
Dr. Erin or Tamira.
Dr. Erin. Yes. Such good information. Like, I learned a lot.
I learned so much, and as I was processing later that day, I started verbally talking about it to my husband, which then allowed him to understand more about what I'm going through and the chaos. And I think it made him a little bit more understanding and but also eye-opening, and in all honesty, I have to say, I still things just run into my brain from that. I'll just start thinking about something somebody said and wow, that's so cool, and
exactly.
So yeah, it was an incredible couple of hours to hop in and learn some amazing information.
Indeed it was. And now you can have access to that too. Just add your name, email, and boom, it's yours.
Yep. And what else is there? There's there's info about us, info about our sponsors, links to where to watch the show or listen to the show, and give us a follow and a like and all those good things because we need it.
Yes, please. Like, follow, subscribe, hit the bell.
Even if you never listen again, just give us a like and subscribe.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Just kidding. We have to listen. We want you to like us.
We do want you to listen and watch. But if you're busy, we get it. Just hit the bell, subscribe, like. You'll come back later.
Yeah. What else? Oh, and we'll occasionally have a newsletter coming out.
Working on it.
We're not gonna bombard you. We're not gonna bombard your mailbox. But if you want to hear from us once in a blue moon about what's happening in the Smiling Souls land,
check it out.
Go for it.
Exactly. Sign up and you'll learn about all the things before anybody else learns about the things. So
right. Yeah. And what else? What's going on in you have your journal thing your
journal thing. By the time this airs, it will have launched. good heavens, I forgot the name. Peaceful Pages Collective will have launched, and it is a space where you can step in virtually and your shoulders drop from around your ears, right? This is your safe, sacred space to do that. So that is happening. If you want to know more, Wendy at coach-wendy.com.
Excellent.
Hey, what's going on?
Yeah, for
How about
me,
you,
I've
Sarah?
got the Awaken Your Inner Radiance creative workshop, creative wellness workshop. So it's kind of a little tap into what my 10-week courses are like, where we do a
Mhm.
little self-care wellness work and then we get into a creative activity.
Mhm.
1 hour. When this airs, we have one that day at 9 a.m. So that might be hard for you
Nice.
to know about. But also, we're having one on December
Right.
4th at 1 p.m.
Yep.
Eastern. And, you know, it's just an opportunity to have an hour to yourself where you will have some self-care, have some creative time, and then you'll be able to have a little more joy and peace in your life. And when we
Yeah.
tap into that energy, it
Mhm.
actually helps us when we go back to work or with our problem
Totally
solving
does.
and our like
Yep.
just being on the ball just in a more joyful way, but also when we show up to our family we're a more pleasant
Yeah.
human, which is nice. Like I think everybody appreciates that. And this time of year where it's but just before the holidays or
Yep.
in between the holidays,
Perfect.
everybody's got so much stress on their shoulders. Why not give yourself 1 hour of self-care and see what it's about? Yeah.
Exactly. I love that you're doing this before the holidays.
Yeah. Yeah.
Perfect timing.
Yeah. I was like, I need to do something. What's it going to be? And that was
Oh,
what I landed on because I wanted it to be
yeah.
non-committal, something simple, easy for people to just come
Right.
in, have a little space, see what I do, and
Yep.
yeah, go from there.
Very similar to Peaceful Pages
Mhm.
Collective. We're going to do some breathing exercises because guess what? We all forget to breathe. We're going to do some meditation, some guided journaling. We're going to be doing some bird watching. There's going to be
Mhm.
bingo. Fun times.
Yeah, lately I've been finding myself telling my child to breathe, like because I notice
Oh,
primarily when he's consuming food, he doesn't seem to breathe. Like he's just like,
he's inhaling it.
and then he's almost Darth Vadering. Like he's just like it's super loud and shallow, very shallow, and which Darth Vader's a lot deeper, I guess. But but I'm constantly like, just slow down.
Yeah.
Give
Yeah.
a
You got to get that
real
flow.
breath, like a breath
Mhm.
that's all the way filling your belly. And yeah. But it's funny because I've also noticed when I'm teaching classes and, this curtain, behind this curtain is my dining room and kitchen.
Mhm.
And there have been some days where he'll just be sitting at the island in the kitchen, got his headphones on and he's watching whatever and doing whatever. But I guess he didn't have his headphones on. I guess he was just sitting there coloring or something.
Right.
And I was leading one of my 10-week programs and we were doing a meditation and breathing and stuff. And I could hear him doing the meditation with us.
I
Like,
love
yes,
that.
I win. It was such
I
a good
mean,
moment when your 11-year-old is like sitting at the counter doing meditation while you're teaching a bunch
yeah,
of middle-aged women how to breathe and relax and tap into themselves. So,
you're doing this mothering thing right when that
mhm.
happens.
Trying so hard.
Oh, you've got the best kid because he's got the best mom.
Thanks.
You're
Thank you.
welcome, of course.
All right. Should we do some oracle cards?
Yes, we should.
Groovy. All
Groove.
right. So
I love that.
I think it's hilarious how many people get so excited or just laugh at me when I say groovy.
I love groovy.
I know. So this is my card. I got peace.
Ooh, I love that.
Yes. Archangel Shamel.
Hmm?
Peace comes from remembering that only love is real. Look past the surface of the situation and see the underlying truth that everyone involved is a child of God filled with love. By focusing upon this truth, you elicit loving behavior and solutions. Even though appearances may seem otherwise, trust that a higher wisdom is in charge. Love is the only power that exists, and its light shines away any seeming darkness. Hold the intention to look for examples of this light within yourself and others, and you'll have more light in your mind, hearts, thoughts, and life. This knowledge is the foundation of peace. Working with Archangel Shamel. When you wish to feel more centered, calm, or peaceful, call upon Shamel. He is an archangel of personal and global peace. He's very kind, loving, and sweet, and he'll evoke a peaceful feeling of excitement when he works with you. Know that Shamel sees your true qualities and loves you unconditionally.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So
That's
great.
beautiful. Well, I pulled from my Angels and Ancestors card deck. Last one, Oracle. Wait for important information. Ooh. And so this says, be open and receptive to information. Gather facts so that you can make a decision that is in line with your integrity. The Oracle is a truth speaker and insight bringer of this deck. The ancestor who will be your best outspoken girlfriend. Someone who will tell you exactly what you need to hear to move forward. In this deck, she is reminiscent of the Oracle of Delphi, a psychic priestess of ancient Greece who was able to receive information and make predictions. She holds a bowl. Here's the bowl thing, Stephanie. She holds a bowl, where did it go? That has sacred smoke rising out of it, bringing the message to look beyond all you can see and gather information in order to make an accurate evaluation of your current situation. Wow.
Yeah.
Dang. All right. And you've got a card.
Does it connect with anything going on in your world?
You know, sure. I'm
sure.
Well, no, because you're always looking for information. You're always,
yeah.
At least I am, right? What's the next thing? What do I need to see? What do I need to hear? Kind of thing. So yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
that
you need that loving guidance. Yeah.
Guidance is always wonderful.
Right. All right. And then I pulled for Karrie, and she got beloved one.
You're the same angel.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Archangel Shamel. I'm helping you with your spiritual soulmate relationship. Love is in and around you right now. You don't need to search for it. Rather, by holding loving thoughts and conducting loving actions, you attract and manifest love in all aspects of your life. Call upon me to guide your thoughts and actions to bring romance into your life. Converse with me regularly about your life, about your love life. I can help you fall in love with your life, heal and manifest wonderful relationships. Working with Archangel Shamel. Shamel's aura is a pale green, like a springtime leaf in the morning sunlight. You can feel close to Shamel's loving energy by wearing or carrying green fluorite crystal. That's all we got.
Wow. That's beautiful.
Clearly love and light and peace are the things that are the messages of today.
Those are the messages. Well, they're beautiful. And now, hey there, smiling souls. Do you ever feel like you're wasting countless hours trying to figure out the right systems and tech for your business, only to end up with more questions than answers? It can be frustrating, and it could lead to a frowny soul. Well, we don't want that. That's why Anahita from Ask Anahita Digital Consulting is here to help with her signature systems and strategy call. She helped us with our website.
Oh, yeah, it was so helpful. Based on 20 years of experience, this focused 2 hour one on one session is designed to assess your business and ensure your website and tech systems are perfectly aligned with your goals. Anahita will then map out a custom plan from your processes to your tech stack and automations so that you can stop hustling and start growing. Plus, you'll receive a recording of the call and 30 days of unlimited email support, which I can tell you, Wendy totally
Oh my
utilized
gosh.
that recording so that she could make all the things work
Really
right.
do. And it's so easy.
It is so easy. And if you decide to work with her long term, the cost will be deducted from your service packages. Start
Wow.
working smarter and book your systems and strategy call with Anahita today. And yeah, we can't say enough. She is amazing. She makes you feel taken care of. And like that you're in the right place and that you're gonna have a awesome situation when you're done with working with her.
Yeah. Let it be easy. Call Anahita. Anahita.
Yes.
And now I get to introduce our guest for today. So, welcome to the Smiling Souls podcast, Karrie Mitten. Karrie is the CEO of Uplevel Your Life Consulting. She's an award-winning executive coach helping professional women rediscover passion, align with purpose, and design a life they love. A sought-after speaker, best-selling author, retreat host. She's got some news on that she's going to share with you later. And podcast host, Karrie empowers women to break free from overwhelm and create lasting success. And you can learn more about her at uplevelyourlifeconsulting.com. Welcome to the Smiling Souls podcast, Karrie.
Thank you so much, Wendy.
You're back. You're back.
Well, welcome.
Yeah, thank you. I was just saying, I always love to be in the presence of like-minded women, who are soul aligned and doing the work that we're here to do. So I'm really thrilled to be here. So thank you for having me.
Yes.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
And I actually just, not that I didn't notice, I noticed it before, but I do think it's fantastically wonderful that you have an infinity with the word love right behind your shoulder.
I do.
When the angels were bringing us love, and you've got angels above you. And yes,
I do. Yep.
fantastic. Talk about aligned. Yes.
Like it's all aligned. And I for real have a sign that says, it's an infinity sign. It says, love what you do what you love.
Yes.
Oh my.
Well, and my kind of mantra or my purpose, I believe, in this world is to be a conduit of love. And so
Wow.
it fit the card fit perfectly. It always does. It would
Yep.
sometimes it doesn't resonate right or drop in right away, but that one certainly did. I definitely could feel it, and that's what I endeavor to do is to spread love, whether it's when in coaching I have it's kind of how I coach, and that is I have the love, shove method, and sometimes sometimes you have to shove
Yeah.
a little bit on your
Yeah.
clients to love them enough to see the power inside of them so that they can
100%.
rise to, who they're being called to be. So
Oh my goodness.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yes.
I 100% with you. I threatened to fire a client. Talk about a shove.
oh yes, I've
I'm
done it.
like, you got to do these two things. If you do these two things, I can guarantee you're going to get results faster, better, easier. And I told her this, and she just like started crying. She could see she was really uncomfortable. And that's when the breakthrough came. She's like, why
Yes, absolutely.
can't I do good things for myself? Bingo.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Bingo, baby.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah, it doesn't work my way. It doesn't work your way. It works its way. Right?
Exactly.
And if we're not willing to make it to
Yeah.
follow the law, it's not going to work. So yeah, and we have to sometimes in a loving way, like my mom used to always say, it's tough love. It's tough love, but
Absolutely.
we're loving them enough to let them go, and they get to figure it out. So yeah, I've fired clients before.
For sure.
Yeah. I didn't want to fire her, and luckily she's like, okay, I'll hop too, and she's doing it. She's doing the things. I love your love shove. I feel like that should be like a t-shirt. Just saying.
Love shove.
Yes.
It's not really a great marketing ploy because, if I put it out there and say, I'm going to love shove you, people are like, whoa.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Don't put your business on it. Just say love, shove. And people will be like, oh, I love that.
No, but they might ask more questions.
Very true.
Which leads me to my question, like how did you, what do you do? How did you get here? And I feel like, Karrie, how you talked about your naysayer, like your dad, like what you said to him, was it just out of college or high school?
Right before college. Right
So
before
can you
college.
tell us about that?
Yeah. It's so interesting. I'm also a master practitioner in neuro-linguistic programming, right? And so, looking back, it's easy to see what I did at the moment. But when I was in the moment, I was about 17 years old, getting ready to go to college, sitting at the dinner table with my parents, and we were talking about, what I wanted to do out of college. And
Right.
ever since I was a little girl, I used to I called my higher power God, grand overall design, right? And I used to talk to God at the end of my grandparents' lake or dock at their lake, out in the nature and seeing the expansiveness. And I would say, I want to do something with my life. I want to make an impact, even as a little girl. And so as we were talking about this, it came up and I said, I really just want to make an impact. I want to leave an impression. I want to do good in the world.
Mm-hmm.
So we had a conversation back and forth, and finally we kind of landed on, my dad said, maybe it's nonprofit work. And that kind of hit me. There was a little tinge in my heart, like, yeah, maybe, and he looked at me and with loving eyes and protection for me, he said, Karrie, you probably won't make a lot of money doing that. But what I heard him say and what I decided in the moment that he said was that my dream doesn't matter and that I will never have success going after what I love. And that was a very pivotal moment in my life because I recognized at that moment that maybe I'm not worthy enough to have a dream. Maybe I'm not, maybe my dream is just kind of silly and random, and maybe I'm not here to make an impact. And so I started listening to my dad telling me, I'm not too egocentric to say I was a very pretty teenager, right? And my dad said, you have a face for sales, Karrie. You should go into sales and marketing. So I listened, and that's what I went into corporate. I mean, went into college. I actually didn't finish college because I wasn't doing what I loved, and it was not a good environment for me because I wanted to do something different, right? So I left college, went into corporate America in sales and marketing, and was very successful for many years until the call for something more was just too overpowering. My life was literally spiraling into a dark hole. And I had been trying, for 20 years or so to make everybody else around me happy. I'd gotten married by this time. I started having kids by this time. And I was making sure that everybody else that was around me was happy. But on the inside, I was dying. I didn't even know who I was. And so I can remember a time when my kids were in high school and, again, trying to make everybody happy. I was on my way home from the third trip back to the school because my kids had forgotten something, or, my son was in football and he always wanted a sandwich after school. So I would go to Subway, get him a meatball sub, take it to school so he could have, nourishment before football practice.
Mm-hmm.
And I was driving home, and I I don't think it was a pure panic attack, but it was definitely a pivotal moment where I just kind of looked at and I thought, what am I doing? Who am I? I don't even know who I am.
Mhm.
So I called a girlfriend because I literally I was a little shooken up, and she said, "Can you get home?" And I said, "Yes, I'll meet at home." And over a cup of tea, she said to me, "You know what, Karrie?" She said, "I'm so grateful that this happened because I see you pouring and pouring and pouring out and not pouring in."
Mm.
And that kind of cut me. And she said, "You're ripping off your family. You're ripping off your employer. You're ripping off your friends because you're giving out of nothing. So what are you really giving?"
Mm-hmm.
And that really cut me to my knees. And I realized at that point that, yeah, you're right. I really have nothing to give.
Mm-hmm.
And so that put me on my journey of self discovery, of, really listening to that soul inside of me, calling me into something that has been calling me all along, but I kept pushing it away, pushing it away. And that's what creates, dis-ease in our body when we're not soul aligned. I didn't know
Mm-hmm.
that at the time, right? So then there was an opportunity shortly after that where a friend of mine who had owned a staffing agency, and she called me up and she said, I've been watching you. You have good track record in sales and marketing. She said, I love your integrity and blah, 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 blah. I'd love for you to come work for me and potentially buy me out. And because I'm ready to retire. And I talked to my husband at the time. Now, mind you, my life was still spiraling out of control. My son had reached a point in his life where he became deeply depressed, and started having epileptic seizures, grand mal epileptic seizures, which spiraled me as a mom right into what did I do wrong? All the things. Um, my daughter was in college and she was suffering from anxiety, and again, my fault. What did I do wrong? How come I can't help her? Right? My husband and I were not in great shape at the time, and I was drinking a bottle of wine every night to drown everything out, right? But I listened again to the opinion and approval of everybody around me, telling me that this was a really good thing to do, that there was a lot of money to be made, that I would be good at it. So I jumped in, and after some discussion, my husband and I actually invested our entire life savings into this business with the potential of buying her out. The money was good. It was, it felt like the right move, kind of, until about 18 months into it. There was another pivotal moment where a woman that I had put to work ended up, long story, but she ended up suing us for workman's comp. As I sat across the lawyer's table and heard her tell lie after lie about me, about my company, about her alleged injury, at that moment, I heard my higher power say to me, "This is not the plan I had for you."
Mm-hmm.
And I went back to my office, knees knocking, teeth chattering. I walked into my partner's office and I said, "I'm done." I had no idea what I was going to do next. I was walking away from a multi six figure income position.
Mm-hmm.
We had invested our entire life savings. My life was falling down around me. But when you hit rock bottom, it's time. And I was at rock bottom.
Mm-hmm.
So I walked away, and I had no idea what I was going to do. But I knew that I was being called into a higher ground.
Mm-hmm.
And so I started working on myself, letting go of the alcohol, getting some help. I'd done some therapy, but therapy really wasn't what was working for me. So I got my daughter into therapy. I got my son into therapy. I got my husband into therapy, and I went into life coaching. I found a coach, right? Because I had been doing this for so long by myself. I knew that I needed someone to sort this out for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I fell in love with being coached. It was such a beautiful experience. And while I was in the coaching program, they asked if I wanted to become a coach. And at that moment, I felt so alive.
Mm-hmm.
I felt so like I didn't even look at, all the things that happened for me to get there. I was so grateful for every experience
Mhm.
because it brought me there. Right. And I everything lit up for me then, and I've never looked back. It's been such an incredible blessing in my life, to be on this journey of my own recovery, but to support other women in doing the same. And every time I have a client and we go through the processes and all of it, um, I grow as well. And
Yep.
so that's my story, and I'm really proud of it. I'm proud of where I am today. I have this beautiful, beautiful relationship. 37 years, my husband and I have been married. He absolutely is my soulmate. My daughter is married, has 2 children. She's just such an incredible young woman. My son is married, has a baby. He's fine. I mean, he's still, he has to watch for the epilepsy, but he's with a woman who is very adamant about making sure he stays on the program. And I'm doing what I love and what I was put here to do. So, very, very grateful. So, yeah,
Go you.
yeah. Thank you.
Go you. And for our listeners, viewers, I invite you to reflect back on Karrie's journey and try to locate yourself.
Mm,
Where might you be? What might be your next best step into shining your light brighter, right?
Mm.
Like Karrie has done.
mhm.
Wow, that's incredible. I love that.
Yeah, I felt for so many years that I was really squashing out my light. That I was just going through the motions. Default patterns of life, right?
Mhm.
And all along, and here's the struggle was all along I had these longings and discontents, right? That were pulling me.
Mhm.
But I kept thinking, no, 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 this isn't the way it should be. I should be the good girl. I should be happy. I should, you know, um, be okay with all the things that are going on. And my heart was just dull. My light was dim.
Mhm.
And also for the listeners, now think about, when we receive information, but we twist it around.
Mhm.
And what does that say about us? I made that be about me, that I wasn't worthy,
Mhm.
that my dream didn't matter.
Mhm.
And when we do that, I invite you to ask yourself, is that the truth?
Right.
Great question.
Right?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, and it's interesting too, because there are so many people that do that. Like you say one thing and they hear a completely different thing because of whatever has shaped them
Right.
Yeah.
and their
Yes.
self-worth and their self-value. Um, and it's just interesting because there are times that like somebody is like truthfully like maybe cheering them on, but like just kind of maybe being the realist of like, well, there might be this, or there's this challenge, or whatever it may be. And yeah, and they hear it a completely different way. Or honestly, my husband hears things wrong all the time. Like he thinks I'm being
Yours too?
like, I mean, there are a lot of times I am being a
Goodness.
sarcastic little ass. Like I'm literally like, yeah, whatever, dude. But like it's just me being silly. But then there'll be times where I'm honestly giving him an answer, and he'll be like, he just takes it in this very negative way, and I'm like, what are you talking about? That is not what I said in any way,
Right.
or form.
Well, and it's interesting, in neurolinguistic programming, one of the presuppositions of which is we are responsible for how our communication lands,
Mm-hmm.
not how they respond to it, but how it
Yep.
lands, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so it's interesting, that I don't necessarily dwell on it, but I choose my words,
Careful.
that because I want to make sure that they're landing in the way that I want it to be received,
Yeah.
right? And sometimes it isn't just, and that's okay. Sometimes I tell my husband, "Are you, like, come on here or whatever," right? But
Yeah.
but
Right.
I believe that words have energy, right? And
Mhm.
Yeah.
if I said a word that I think I've seen him react differently, or
Mm.
it lands wrong for him,
Mhm.
Mhm.
right? Then I hold that back because I want it to land. I'm responsible for how it lands, right?
Mhm.
And
Yeah,
so I think that's really important in
That makes
communication, right?
sense.
it is.
Yeah.
That
So,
makes a lot of sense. Yeah, we're not responsible for how someone receives what we're saying. That's on them.
yep.
Mhm.
And we are responsible for choosing our words carefully. Now, there are times when I have no filter,
Of course.
right?
Of course.
Just
Yeah.
no filter. And
Yeah.
those are the times when I'm very honest.
Uh-huh.
And so it just kind of lands, right? Steph knows this.
Well, but I think that too, when it comes from the inner wisdom, when it comes
Mm,
from the inner soul, the spirit, the heart,
right.
Mhm.
that then the communication lands differently, right? And
Mhm.
I'll just share with you. There's been times in coaching sessions where we're at the end of the session and the client says, "Oh, that was so good," and I'm like,
Right.
"I don't even remember what I said."
Yeah, I've had
Right?
that happen. Yeah, where
Because
you're
That's
like,
when
it's
you're in
coming
"What?"
from
flow.
spirit. It's not coming from
Exactly.
my logic mind. It's coming from
Yes.
spirit, and
Yep.
I'm being the conduit, right?
Mhm.
And
Mm,
and I think that's one of the things that sets me apart, or it's kind of my gift,
mm-hmm.
right? Is that I can be a channel like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And spirit knows how it's going to land. I don't
Mm,
have to logically think, "Oh, I should not say that," or whatever that is, right?
Mhm.
Spirit knows how it's going to land for them.
Mhm.
100%. And you are just going with and being guided by that spirit.
Yes.
Mhm.
It's an amazing feeling. Um, can you tell us, you mentioned your son.
Mhm.
Uh, can you tell us how he's what you say in your form, a mentor, your inspiration? Can you tell us more about your
Yeah.
son?
Yeah. So I really believe that he's I believe every person is here, for a purpose. And I
Mhm.
believe that every person, we hire everyone into our life for a
Mhm.
reason.
Mm,
And my son has he has really been the inspiration for me to well let me go back for just a moment. When he was having so he spiraled into depression. It was a kind of a parallel in my life. He spiraled into depression. And when he had his seizures, and they were grand mal seizures, and it's a horrible experience for a parent to see a child. I mean, it's a horrible experience, period.
Mhm.
But when I saw him in his seizure, there was satanic, demon, dark things happening,
mm,
and it mirrored really what was happening in my life. There were some really dark things happening in my life,
Mhm.
and and when he realized that this is his life, the cards that were dealt, this is what God gave him, he's gonna, his response was, "I'm gonna find the light.
mm,
I'm gonna find the light here. I'm gonna find the seed of good. I'm gonna learn and grow." And so he's become very spiritually connected, to the light, not the dark.
Yep.
yeah.
And as he's growing in his own spiritual walk, um, he really has inspired me to do the same, to get deeper, to go further, to shine brighter. And he's in the throe of raising a family and all that right now. And he has a wonderful job and a wonderful wife and I have a beautiful
Mm,
granddaughter.
mm,
Um, but he's such a mentor to his friends, right? To the people around him
yeah,
who
yeah.
are in the same thick of it, right? And so I'm really proud of how he's, come out of this and how he's using, I always share with my clients as well, our history is really content for the curriculum of our evolution, right? It's really, we use the content of our life to grow
Right.
us, to learn, and he's really doing that. And I'm really,
Wow.
it's really a beautiful experience. And he inspires me every day to do this, to do the same. So yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah,
Mm.
it's really beautiful.
Mhm. Hmm. I love that.
Yeah.
Find the good in every situation. And it's so true. Like that's where the magic happens.
Mhm.
1,000%. Yeah,
Yeah.
1,000%. I that is kind of a mantra that I share with my clients all the time. There is a seed of good here somewhere.
Yep.
And if we
Mhm.
just stay open to receiving it, challenges will happen in our life. We know that, right? We know
Guaranteed.
challenges will come, right? But the challenges are not a stop sign.
Right.
It's just something that we get to go through to grow us, who we are becoming, right? And so when we look at that as, challenge, and I've come to the point now where if a challenge comes, or when a challenge comes, I just say, I refuse, and I say it to myself, I refuse to have this challenge without getting the learning and the lesson.
Mm.
And as I do that, I get through the challenge a whole lot faster than if I stay stuck in the yuck and marinate, percolate, all of the things, all the eights, right? I
Right.
get through the challenge much quicker. And I go I go out to the next rung of my becoming.
Ooh, I love that. Show me how to repeat that again, because that was valuable. When
I
when a challenge
refuse
arises.
When a challenge arises, I say to myself, I refuse to have this challenge without getting the lesson and the learning.
Mm.
Because the other thing that will happen too is until you get the lesson,
Mhm.
the pattern will repeat itself.
You keep getting the
Right?
same, yeah.
Yeah, I have a client. She's when she came to me, she was on her third divorce, and she kept picking these narcissistic men. And she said to me, why do I keep picking it's the same guy? And I said to her, because you haven't gotten the learning yet. And she said, well, how do I change? I said, all you do is you just stay open to the learning. What's the
Mhm.
learning here?
Yeah.
Right?
Wow.
So yeah, it's all about life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think it's interesting because I truly believe, like, as much as we have to be teachers to our children, they are teachers to us. So, it makes sense that he'd be there to
Mm.
help you through that, especially where you were in parallel spots at that point of like
Yes. And
trouble.
I'm so grateful. I would never wish that experience on anyone, but I would wish the outcome on everyone.
Mm-hmm.
So it's absolutely, it was a really, really rough time. I mean, it was
That.
the darkest point of my life, the darkest point of his life.
Mm-hmm.
But here we are, right? And
Yeah.
sharing the
That's,
light, shining the light.
Mm-hmm.
ah,
Yeah.
you certainly are.
Thank
Mm-hmm.
you.
And to that, you have some resources, like some books that help others to shine their light. The Untethered Soul.
Mhm.
Um, let's see, Inner Excellence, The Science
Mhm.
of Getting Rich. I love this. And you said
Mhm.
so many more. Anything else you want to add to those resources? And then I want to talk about your retreat.
Yes, 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 yes. Okay, so this is kind of a recent book. I believe a good coach is coached. I'm always in coaching.
Oh,
I
100%.
have my own coaches. I believe that that's really, really important. And the coach that I have right now, she's teaching on, it's called the Healthy Vibrant Woman, and it's I'm approaching 60. I want to
Why
make
does
sure
that
that
sound familiar?
I'm,
Sorry.
that's okay. But I want to make sure that as my body ages, my soul stays vibrant. And so
Yeah.
anyhow, in this program, we're reading, and it's a book. I mean, it's like book.
It's a book.
It's called Women's Bodies, Women's Wisdom by Dr.
Ooh.
Christiane Northrup.
Ooh.
And it is so profound and so beautiful. And,
Mm.
she talks about everything from sex to body parts to mindset to, I mean, it
Wow.
covers everything. And I love, love, love her perspective because it's holistic. It's whole. It's taking it
Mm.
into account the whole woman, and how beautiful and how incredible, our bodies are, but also the wisdom of our bodies, right?
Yep.
And
Yeah.
so, I know it's a very, very thick book, but just take it, a little chapter or a little couple pages at a time. It's just
Yeah.
beautiful. I love it. I'm really just soaking it in. So, yeah,
Ooh.
yeah.
Those are the best books when you're just like, oh, I'm just, this is every pore of my body. I'm enjoying this.
I can't get enough of it. The only problem is it's so big that I can't carry it with me when I travel.
Yeah. Can you download it? Like,
It would
like,
take up a lot. Maybe I'll have to look. I might be able to get it on the Kindle. I don't know, but yeah, but this is the kind of book that I like to kind of maybe,
oh, it's a
jump
highlight.
jump chapters or highlight or
Yeah.
things like that,
Notes.
so
Oh, I get
yeah,
that.
it's really good. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, so tell us about your retreat. You do these yearly, from what I understand.
I have them twice a year. So
Twice a year.
twice a year, May and October.
Ooh.
We go to Lake Tahoe. It's a luxury 5-star retreat. I have a beautiful, it's not my home, but a home that I use in Lake Tahoe. I bring a private chef. She cooks, farm to fork, beautiful meals for us. Um, and it's just a space for women to, you know, realize the power that they have, the beauty that they are, the importance of why they're here, and
Mhm.
really to break through any limiting paradigms or beliefs. We do a board break. We literally break a board
I've
in
heard
that
of
retreat.
this.
Yeah.
Say more about that. I'm curious.
Well, I mean, without giving too much of it
Oh,
away, right?
right. Yeah.
It's an empowerment tool, right?
Mhm.
Most women don't think that they can do it,
Yeah.
Mhm.
right? And it's far from the truth.
Mhm.
And it's just a visual representation of, letting go of the shit that they carry with them, right? And leaving it on the mountain. We do an experience where we literally take our shit and leave it there. And
Hmm.
it's just a beautiful, empowering experience, and it's self-care. I have this beautiful home that I think the house is like a $4 million home. So
Whoa.
everybody has their own bedroom and bathroom,
Nice.
and I allow
Oh,
some integration time. So, you
right.
go to the lake, you can go shopping, you can, do whatever you want to do, just a hot tub, or just take a nap, right?
Mhm.
Or go get a massage or, things like that. So it's just such a special. Sells out every year, both times. And then I'm also in 2027. Spirit
Hmm.
has been really prompting me to do a week-long retreat in Costa Rica. So we'll be going to Costa Rica in 2027.
Ooh,
So
Very cool.
that is
yes, yes,
super
yes, yes.
exciting.
So
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
When I was in high school, my dad thought about moving us to Costa Rica. There was some job opportunity for him. And then at the last moment, they decided not to do it. And I was like, damn it, we could have lived
oh,
in Costa Rica.
that would have been awesome. There's something about Costa Rica. It's the Pura Vida lifestyle. It's a very spiritual
Really?
place. It's
Hmm.
absolutely incredible. And if you haven't
Wow.
gone, I highly
Yeah.
encourage you to. I
Hmm.
went on a I went on a retreat this past July with my coach,
Mhm.
and
Yep.
I came home a different woman. I was so deeply, um, I found myself even at an even deeper level there, and so, and I want to share that with my clients. It was an incredible experience. And
Yeah.
so, yes, so that's on the agenda
Oh,
for 2027.
Very cool.
Yeah.
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 Excellent. Anything else you wish to share with us and with the audience?
I just, I always love to end these interviews with one little quote, and it's so powerful. And it's by Mark Twain.
Mhm.
And Mark Twain says, the two most important dates are the day that you were born and the day that you find out why.
Mhm.
And that just
Oh,
resonates with me so much because for so many years, I was trying to figure that out all by
Mhm.
myself.
Mhm.
And truly, we are not called to do life alone. We're called to do
right.
life in community. And that's why
Mhm.
I think it's so important to have a coach. But the coach
Mhm.
can help you help to move into that purpose, to figure that out. It's hard to see the picture when you're the one in the frame, right?
Mhm.
And so when you find out why you're here, because everyone has a purpose,
Mhm.
it can be, I should say, it's almost a rebirth.
Oh yeah.
It's a full transformation. I
Mhm.
used to have I used to wear my hair straight. When I was in corporate America, I would pull and straighten.
Wait, do you have naturally curly hair?
I
Yeah.
do.
Girl, you're on the right podcast. Sorry, go
Right? I know. I saw the two of you
Mhm.
and I'm like, whoop, whoop, sisters, we're sisters. But at the retreat in July in Costa Rica, I was wearing my hair
Oh.
curly. And
Mhm.
I looked at myself and I thought, oh, there you are.
Yeah.
This is who you really are, Karrie. This is you.
Mhm.
Right. And I came home and I left my hair curly, and all my clients were like, oh, Karrie, you're shining from within. You're radiant.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's absolutely exactly, not that
Mhm.
I had to have their approval, but it was just kind of
No.
kind of a you know, just I don't know what the word is, but
Acknowledgement.
thank you. That's it. An acknowledgement, like
Yeah.
brain, of yeah, this is the real me. I get to
Absolutely.
peel back the layers, continue to peel back the layers, continue to remember who I
Mhm.
am.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And this is just an outward example of that. And
Mhm.
so,
I love
yeah.
that.
So it's lean in. When you're feeling that call for something more, it's a reason. There's a reason why you're having that call. So
Yep.
Yeah,
lean
there it
in,
is.
get some support, right? Talk to the
Mhm.
two of you. Come up with someone that you
Right.
resonate with
Yes.
that can support you on your journey, because
Mhm.
I tried to do it by myself for 52 years.
Mhm.
Didn't work. Right.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. That's so interesting. Yeah, that is.
Steps processing.
No,
Steps
I mean, it's just, again, this is the stuff that I'm realizing I need to talk more about with people, is that they
Mm-hmm.
need to be their true selves. They need to tap into the true Karrie that was before the world changed her, right? Before the world
Right.
yeah, I
made
mean,
her
now,
feel like she should straighten her hair and
right.
made her feel like she needed a job that made lots of money. And, because first off, money is not the end all be all. It's serving your life purpose, and whatever comes of that is what it comes of that. But changing people's lives is way more valuable than dollars, right?
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, I also believe
And
that income
not that
equals,
you're not successful is,
well,
but
income equals impact,
Yes.
right? The more
Income.
income that I
Yeah.
earn, the more impact I can have in the world, right?
Bingo.
Yeah, yeah,
but just knowing who, like, the little girl that was born
Mhm.
had that
Mhm.
connection to
Mhm.
spirit, had that connection to who she was.
that's right.
Mhm.
9 times out of 10, some part of this world screws that up.
Right.
Yeah. Well,
And
I'm back to the little girl at the end of the dock at my
yeah,
grandparents' lake,
Oh,
talking to my higher power, saying,
exactly.
use me, let me be a conduit, right?
Yep.
That's who I really am. And that's who
Exactly.
I am remembering.
Yep.
Yeah.
That is so awesome. I love that.
I love how
Makes
you,
me
you
so
brought us
happy.
back, right? Back to the
Mhm.
doc, right? Back to
Mhm.
that little girl. And here she is.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yep.
So exciting. So, we're going to have all the ways that you can get in touch with Karrie on the YouTube. On the YouTube. But beyond that, you offer something pretty incredible, a transcendence session.
Yes.
And you also have a podcast, The
Yes.
Journey of Becoming. So can you talk about those two things real quickly before we
Yes.
head out?
So, yeah. So, Transcendence is a conscious movement dance session
Ooh.
where we let our spirit be our guide, not our body, right? Or maybe our body is telling us something and we need to move in that area.
Hmm.
It's a 10-step process that we go through, and but it's moving your body in the way that you want to move your body. It's all on Zoom. It's
Oh, wow.
beautiful experience. I've had people, go from complete depression to complete openness and joy. I've had
Hmm.
people go from, body aches and pains to feeling, flexible and free.
Hmm.
I've had people go from not being motivated at all to ready to take on the world. I mean, it's just a
Right.
really beautiful experience.
I love
And I am a facilitator of transcendence. I'm a level 2 transcendence facilitator. So I guide you through it. And
Great.
it's really fun. And so, yeah, I'd love to offer that as a free gift to
That's
any
great.
of your audience and you too as well.
Oh,
You
thank you.
just use the code MyGift, all caps. Um,
Okay.
and that will be your coupon code, I guess, to
Okay.
have a free session. Yeah.
I love that. And
Good.
you've got a podcast too.
And I have a podcast, yes, called The Journey of Becoming.
Okay.
And it's really for um, it's I interview professional women who have gone through some stuff and how, the obstacles that they faced and how they got through it. And it's really for women who are on that journey, that maybe it's an entrepreneur who, has gotten stuck in her business because of, whatever. She'll learn some tools on how to get through that, right? Or maybe it's a corporate woman who has kind of plateaued in her
Yeah.
career and, she'll learn some tools to get through that. We're all on a journey of becoming. We never have arrived, right?
Mhm.
And so if we just keep that as a mindset as, yeah, I'm on the journey and this is part of my curriculum, right? Then, we will continue to rise up the level. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Woo! Lots of gems in our conversations today. Thank you, Karrie, so much for
Oh,
joining us.
my pleasure. It's been really fun, ladies. You're so fun to be with, and I look forward to collaboration.
Yes, for sure.
Same.
Thank you. And have a good one. We'll see you next time.
Next time.
Bye.